Hi there, mystery friends. It's good to see you. It's November 7th, which means I'm wrapping up my first week of Nano today. And I think I made a huge mistake. As you can tell from my writer mom bun, which is a step down from the messy mom bun, it means I tried. It just doesn't look like I tried. I have been a little bit flustered by this NaNoWriMo so far. My word count is okay. It's at 9,000. It should be about at 12,000 by the end of today to stay on track with the rest of Nano, but that's not taking into account the days that I am not planning to write. So I'm behind schedule for me. However, I normally start Nanos behind, and toward the middle of the month and the end of the month, I kick it into high gear and I'm able to pull out a victory in NaNoWriMo. Why? Because even though I hate pressure, I thrive under pressure. When there's a deadline and I'm running behind, I get sick to my stomach. I get all kinds of knots in my shoulders. I get extremely down on myself, but I make it to the end of my project successfully. I wish there was another way I could do that. That wasn't so stressful, but at this point there isn't. That's just how I roll. So here I am in Nano, a little bit behind, not too far behind, but a little bit behind. And I'm stuck because, as you know, I signed up to be a Nano Rebel, which means instead of writing one new book for 50,000 words, I have split it between 3 projects. The first was a short in the Paranormal Penny Mystery series, which I am thrilled to say I did finish that draft. It was 8,000 words instead of 6,000 words, which is great for Nano, but it took me a little bit longer than I anticipated. My next step on my projects was to finish up a mystery that I started 2 nanos ago and wrote for 2 nanos now. It's at 39,000 words. I wanted to wrap that up because that's part of the Honeypot Mystery series, and it's been over 2 years since I published something new in that series. And my readers who love that one keep waiting for the next one in the series. I left them on kind of an emotional cliffhanger, and they're waiting. And I don't want to make them wait any longer. However, because I was able to jump back into that story last year, I assumed I would be able to just jump right back into that story this year. No. It's 39,000 words, like I told you, and reading it is taking longer than I anticipated. I thought I would be able to scan the last few chapters and boop, be right back on target. No, I have forgotten people's names. I have forgotten places. I have forgotten red herrings. I have forgotten the sleuth's plan of attack and what they learn across those plans. It's a mess. So I am rereading the entire thing, doing my best not to edit and revise as I go, because that's not the point of this mission, right? And trying to outline as I go along, because as you guys know, I don't really outline my stories beforehand. I do like the skeleton outline, mind mapping thing as I go along. I don't know how to explain it. Let's just imagine I've got one of those flat plates of Legos, and that's my main idea. And then as I'm going to build this castle, I'm over here making a really small version of it. And then I can start making the bigger version as I keep going. But it's only one brick at a time. And I don't know what's coming ahead until I actually start playing with it. Anyway, that's a weird picture. So I'm kind of stuck because the next book I was going to tackle was the next in the Penny Nickel series. And I have since come to the conclusion that that series needs some help, or I need some help with that series before I continue. I'm going to have a whole different video about that in December or January, whenever it actually launches, all about some advice I should have taken from the very beginning that now I'm kicking myself because of. And that leads us back to Honeypot. I'm kind of torn. Do I just sit and read Honeypot the whole way through and hope I can gain enough from it so that I can start writing again? Or do I jump to a completely different project while I'm reading? I don't know what to do, because shiny object syndrome is a daily struggle for me for everything in my life, from washing the dishes and then going, oh, I need to take the trash out. to sitting down and writing a mystery and going, oh, I should write a sci-fi and jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. So I'm really worried that if I get sidetracked and start a shiny new project, that I will end Nano writing that shiny new project instead of going back and finishing the honeypot mystery. And I've already explained to you why I really want to finish this book. Besides, I'm already halfway through reading it and it's really good. I forgot how good this mystery is, how thrilling it is, how exciting, and how just telling of the characters, how the characters grow so much in such a short time in this book. So I'm really looking forward to finishing it. So I'm kind of stuck. Do I take 3 days to finish reading this story and being able to plot point it as I go along to make sure I'm not missing anything? Or do I start a whole different series, not a different book, a whole different series? Because I have at least 2 series that I've started writing that haven't finished, and I'm not so far into that I couldn't pick up from where I left off. And so that's where I am. I have to decide if it's worth giving up the words to write on this project, or if I'm going to be sprinting and doing 1 sprint writing this new project and 1 sprint reading until I catch up with Honeypot, and then shut down the new project and jump over to Honeypot. You can see my conundrum. So I guess you'll have to wait until next week to see what I actually decide. If you have any advice or comments, you can leave them down in the comments because I love talking to you there. And before we sign off, I just wanted to let you know some major news in my bookish land world. The hardback for Raven Remix, this beauty right here, has hit stores just in time for you to get it for Christmas for your friends and for anyone young, old, who might like to read a cozy mystery or 3, because this has 3 of Penny's stories within it. It takes you through book 1, 1.5, and book 2, which makes it the perfect place to start somebody who hasn't ever read a Penny, or a perfect place to start remembering who Penny is. And it's really cool because it's in large print. I did this for my friends who have vision issues or learning issues, where reading just a normal font print can be really distracting and really hard to focus. So I purposely went large print in these books in the hardbacks so that it would be easier for my friends to read it. It's a great book. It's 3 stories in 1 book. But if hardbacks are not your thing or they're not your friend's thing, the ebook version of this copy is live at all the bookish places for only 99 cents. That's 3 stories for 99 cents. That's an amazing deal. I would love you to go pre-order it. Pre-order one for you. When it goes live, buy them for your friends, share them all over the place, spread the word about Penny Nichols and her crazy ability. And don't forget, this is a save the date, so you couldn't forget until right now. Save the date for the 14th. Yep, right smack in the middle of Nano, because I don't do anything easily. I'm going to have a launch party right back here on this YouTube channel, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun releasing a Raven remix with you. We're going to do some chatting. I'll answer questions. We'll talk Penny. We'll talk mystery. We'll talk writing as a mom. Whatever questions you have, whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about while I do a coffee blind taste test between 4 different brands to let you know which one is my favorite and which one I'll cold brew and all those kind of things. I mean, I love coffee, so we'll have a big conversation about coffee at the same time that we are celebrating the release of a Ravens remix. Okay, I'll see you there. I can't wait. See you next week. Bye.